Luna has entered the building. What's going on, my man?
Stiggs, the king of North Jersey. What's up, my man?
Just had Snuff on a little while ago. We were talking about the cigars, the cigar event. Yeah. So Snuff came up for a little bit. I said, let me get Billy. Let's knock this out of the park tonight.
Let's do it, bro.
Here's my here's what I'm thinking here. Sure. We spoke about this offline.
Okay.
The literal thinking of these rat bastards, the literal thinking of we can go anywhere, we can do anything. We know you can go anywhere. It's America. Can you get a greeting? Can you get a community to come together like Joey did the other day? Can the Chicklet go to the Bronx and put on a cigar extravaganza?
Chicklet go to the Bronx? Yeah, he could if they got the National Guard to accompany him.
Oh my God.
You know, for sure.
So they can't put on an extravaganza, correct?
Put on an extravaganza. How about get some like calamari over at Rayo's? I mean, nothing.
Oh my God. I just wanted you to come. I know you're busy. Everybody's busy. We're all busy, buddy. But this is what we do here. We got a core crew here.
I love it, man. I love coming on. I love your core crew. I can't see the chat though, so I forgive me, everybody, if anybody's talking to me. I want to say hi to everybody because you got such a great crew, dude. I love coming on your show. I think it's such a vibe. It's so mellow. I dig it completely.
We just hang out. You see, I don't put anything in the thumbnail, so nobody's going to ever know what goes on in the social club, and I like it that way. It's weird. I don't put the names up. I don't do any of that garbage. I don't lure anybody here and try to make a home run. I want the people to want to come in here and have a good time. And whatever happens here, happens here. Who knew that Snuff was going to be on tonight and that you were going to pop on tonight? Nobody knew it. And it just happened.
Well, you do it like this, bro. You do it like that gentleman over there behind you on my left, your stage right, Francis Albert Sinatra. Do it your way. Okay. Yeah. And that is the right way. And people, I'm sure you can read this and that, do it this way, do it that way. Man, I would give you this note. Don't do anything differently. Do it your way. What you do is unique. And just that's the only note. Just stick to it. There is no note. The note is there's no notes.
No script, no notes.
Yeah, no notes. Just keep it perfect, bro. Because there's so many different things. The real currency is being unique and different. Unique and different. That's redundant, but it's that's what it is. You got something going here, man, and it's great. I love checking in. If I don't, I'm always busy, but sometimes I'll watch a replay of the show, and it's kind of soothing, bro. I really dig it, and it's just do you, man, do you. Good. Keep doing you.
Good. I'm glad you came on. So my real quick point was how they take things so literal and run with it and make a show about it. I mean, do you really think literally saying you can't go anywhere, are they really that simple-minded that they really take that as literal? They take it as literal?
Why
and make a show about it?
Have I missed something? Is it because
I know? I think Reggiano did one. I think there's a few that did them. Okay. The Megan's List one. So I was asking people in the chat tonight. One of our loyal followers, a dear friend of mine, Fancy Nancy. She comes in the show all the time, and I said, okay, Joey mentioned a Megan's List for rats. He wasn't really meaning, and they take it literal. Bill, they do shows about it. They take it literal. They actually make a full production out of it. So I did ask respectfully to some suburban moms that are in the chat. Would you want to know if a mass murderer of 19 people and someone that killed a 16-year-old boy was living next door to you? And the answer is yes.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's not. I don't know if it was in jest or not, but I mean, I'm trying to think. I think I mentioned. I can't even remember videos. I'm editing a video right now. My brain is like mush. But there is so many people said in the comments that I think I said that on one video. I don't even remember which one, but we were talking about that topic on a video, and there were so many comments. Yeah, I want to know. I mean, of course you want to. Do you want to know if some kind of bloodthirsty sociopath moves into your complex? Yeah, you want to know, of course.
Right. Now look at a bookmaker loan shark that went bad. Maybe not so. Okay, not good. But it's not as bad as a guy with 15, 19 bodies. 19 bodies. You kind of want to know, you know?
Oh, yeah, really, for sure, man. And it's like, it's funny because we were talking about this. We had talked a little bit offline about this, and we were talking about, you want to talk about that thing we were talking about the dude with his, I mean, but the thing is, I had mentioned to you when I texted you recently, man, I'm sorry. Apologies, everyone. My brain is like mush tonight.
It's all good, man.
So, you know, the thing is, you know, we talk about that they can't do anything but ride, you know, Joey's coattails, et cetera, et cetera. And then that really came to a head. And, you know, I mean, I say this about Chiclets. Okay. Now I will say this about Chiclets. Let me just say this. Okay. You know, I mean, if you mention his name to certain people, they're going to twist their face up and they don't care. I will give him a little bit of credit for completely saying, I am a rat and a coward. Like he just comes out and says it. Like unlike, you know, other people say, you know, a guy that maybe was related to a Sonny Franzese and he's like, I never ratted on anybody. No one went to jail because, dude, bro, homie, let's get back to planet Earth here. You're a rat. It's, you know, but the good news is most people don't care about it. You know, rats prosper, so you're doing pretty well. But at least Chicali says I was a coward and a rat. And I mean, I just think that he does. I will give him credit for also, like, I noticed that he kind of like, he doesn't erase comments. He doesn't like not take on people who are coming at him. But one day, I think I've texted you about this. There was a video, I think his last one. The first words of the title of the video are Joey Merlino. Right. Total clickbait. He doesn't say even anything about it. It's like
nothing else. Because there is nothing else.
Yeah, but it's like, listen, send Joey a payment or something. I mean, shout him out. Get his Patreon link in your description or something. Because, you know,
unbelievable.
Hook a brother up. You're going to ride his coattails. At least hook him up. What the hell?
Look, I say it about all these people that have shows, these journalists that use all his content. They're obviously watching. They put not one comment. Do they think they're better? What is it? Only me and you in there making comments? Come on. The fuck?
Yeah.
And I don't even use the name. And they're telling me, Stiggs, put it, do it, make it short, I don't do any of it. I don't do any of it. And they say, you're foolish. Just use it. Do it. You're with us. Just fucking do it. And I don't do it. I choose not to. That's my way. That's my way. But all these guys, these content creators that use the name, they don't even come in the chat. They use it. They benefit from it. They're probably making a few hundred a month from it. And they don't come in the chat. The weirdest thing was, I will tell you this. The weirdest thing in this whole situation was when Joey called out John Gotti Jr. and he just showed the 302s and never went back because he don't give a fuck. He doesn't bother with the drama. The first thing they did is they unsubscribed to the Patreon. We got the message of who subscribes and who. We get the information of who subscribes and who unsubscribes to the Patreon. We know everybody that's in there. We know the whole list. Immediately, they banged out. But they're evidently still watching somehow. Either they got back into the Patreon on a fake account and they're lying to their friends.
Right.
But they're watching because they don't even realize how they look when they are releasing information on their own shows of stuff that only the Patreon paid viewer can see. So these big names, so to speak, might have told their friends that they got out of the Patreon and then sneakily came back in on another platform, another name, and are watching. They don't even realize they reference it. These are people that said they unsubscribed and they're telling their friends because they got to show face. Oh my God, they spoke about him. We got to get out of there. And they left. We got 3 unsubscribers immediately after that show went off. Immediately. You know who they are. But anyway, so, and those people are making videos referencing the private shows. How funny is that?
Yeah. Crazy. Well, that's not only that, but I think that there's just a lot of like people kind of like disparage, like literally disparage the Skinny, the podcast, and talk talk this mess. It's bizarre, man. There's a lot of like cowardice and schizophrenia in the genre. We know, people are just like, I mean, I don't like to name names. You know me, I'm not a beefer. I don't even play that game. But you know who it is. I don't need to though. Everybody knows. Nope. We know who we're talking about.
You don't do it.
But it's like, listen, don't despair. Number one, do not disparage and talk shit. Can we say that word? Do we curse on here? I don't even know. Yeah.
Oh my God. What are you kidding me? Okay. Yeah, of course.
Don't talk shit. Number one, don't talk shit. Number two, if you're going to ride coattails, put a link in your description to hook a brother up with his venture. Okay. And then, number three, if you're really going to ride the coattails, send the brother a Venmo. You know what I mean?
Buy a cigar, right?
Exactly. Buy a cigar. But that not only can they go, their thing is I've kind of hit this in my last video that I released like a few days ago. They can go anywhere. That's echoing what they say. They can go anywhere. And like you were saying, others can't. Like you're saying, could they go back to the Bronx? Well, hell no. Could they go to Joey's event in South Philly? Hell no. They can't go anywhere. Yeah.
In the literal sense, they can walk through the Bronx. It's America. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Can you hold an event? I don't see it happening.
Well, they can't do anything, man. I mean, they can. Nothing. This is what they can do. This is what they can do. Yes. They can pop out in front of the TGIF Fridays on Times Square, whip out their phone with 3 cops standing on the corner and take a 1-minute video. Yes, they can do that. They can do that.
That's crazy.
It's like, but then it's like, and I mean, I don't want to talk too much shit, but it's
I know. I just wanted to have you on. Really, really, I wanted you to jump on for a minute to speak about the literal terms of we can go anywhere and how they mess it up and how about that Megan's Law bullshit that we were just shooting the shit talking about that. And I did ask a couple of suburban folks in here about that. And they did say the government put somebody that's responsible for 19 murders, including a child. I would want to know. They would want to know.
Yeah, but the government's not going to do that because the government, as J.R. Rubio stated on the John and Gene show, he became a better criminal when he became backed and subsidized by the government. So not only that, they're not going to try to worry about saving like civilians from monsters. Nope. They're going to just help a monster to be a better monster. You know what I mean?
You are right. Okay, look at that comment. So a lot of people like when Billy Luna comes on. Gerard, I mentioned to you about Gerard. Yep. Gerard is all heart, and that's a man with a heart transplant.
Gerard, I appreciate you. Things are good in California, my brother. It's kind of like paradise here. It's a really nice time of year. We haven't gotten hit with any heat. Well, I have my central AC on for the last few days, but I'm just kind of a baby with that. But it's gorgeous. It's wonderful. It's paradise, man.
So is it like 80s in the day, 50s at night? What is it?
It's that's 50s. I don't know if it's 50s at night. I'm thinking maybe high 60s, 70s at night.
Beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, it's Mediterranean climate, the thing is though, the syndrome, just not to go back to what we're talking about, but the syndrome of these people, and it's amazing to me. Like, thank you, Gerard. I appreciate you very much, my brother. The syndrome is that, it's like they have an animosity. They talk shit, man. And it's like, you can talk shit if you want, but don't then ride the coattails and, make your whole show predicated on that. You can't do both. Choose a lane. Do you want to talk shit and, be like that? Or do you want to just ride the coattails? Because if you talk shit and ride the coattails at the same time, you seem like a hypocrite and you seem kind of stupid.
I kind of feel like that they're going to run out of content. And the good thing about Joey, I don't really call him Skinny in person. The good thing about Joey and Snuff is that they have a general show which will outlast everything. They're not just in this stupid genre. These people think they're in the mob genre. They're really not. They're personality based. They're neighborhood oriented. They are local guys. I think that is going to go much longer than any of this mob drama genre garbage is going to go. they are a general show, and they have the personalities to attract the crowd.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they're not in that. They're not banking just on that rat of the month type of genre thing.
No, and I think that's, I think, Joe's got that, they've got a good 1-2 punch with the duo, and Joe's got that, he's super, he's got jokes, he's super funny. And I think that they're going to go in many different directions, and especially because when you build like sports into that.
Yeah,
I think
that's right. That's right. So now football's starting, and that's what they're going to go into. They're thinking about the Giants they're thinking about the Giants, not fucking Gene Borello. They're not thinking about John Gotti Jr.'s 302s. They're thinking about the Jets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me just one more thing about the Chiclets thing. Not to be on Chiclets too much, but that was the thing. It was the first 2 words of the title were Joey Merlino, right? And he briefly touched on Joey, but the whole video was him like, and I don't want to talk shit, but he was unshaven. He looked like he came back from the gym. And he's the whole video was he was just complaining and bitching, which he's already done ad nauseum, I think, in at least an hour worth of programming, where he's bitching about this woman who ripped him off, crying about it. And it's like, but first of all, he put Joey Merlino on the show is not about Joey Merlino. The show was about him crying about this woman who ripped him off and like saying how, well, law enforcement has to get her, law enforcement has to get her, and it's like, people look at him. I mean, he's a pretty tough guy, former capo, blah, 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 mad dog, gangster, complaining about a woman that ripped him off, begging for law enforcement to go and get her. Bro, hold on. What's your brand? What's your brand?
He was only a captain by default. Let's get that right.
Okay.
That's default. That's the word on the street. He only got that nod because of default, not because of earning it. Not saying he's not capable. Listen, I don't know what he did on the street. I don't know those guys. But not saying he's not capable. But apparently the buzz around is he got that by default because he was basically the only the fish at the bottom of the pond. He was the only one left. So they gave him the nod. So he got that part. What else did you say? Oh my God! So that was.
He's whining. I don't know if his brand is like.
Okay. About getting frauded. That's just karma. That's just payback. That's just all that is.
And he was like, she's a really bad person. What was your former life? What are you talking about?
That's beautiful. That's written. He got away with what he did. Now it's time to pay the piper. He's got to have the stress of this. Even if it works out in his favor, he still has to feel that little bit what he did to other people.
Joey Pope says the Chiclet is drinking too much EG. Yeah, man, I know you have that deal for 6 bottles. You don't have to drink all of the 6 bottles.
Yeah, oh my God, yes, that's right.
Come on, bro. No, I kid the Chiclet. I mean, the Chiclet has, he's actually, I think he's a cut above a lot of these guys, even though, he's a coward and a rat that he fully admits.
Well, he said, this is too much for me. I can't take the negativity. He's caving. They're all going to cave eventually. They're all going to give up. It's done. They're going to cave in.
Yeah. He's got also his thing with whatever. I don't want to get too much into that, but it's like he's got that guy that comes on. That guy that he brings on is really boring, man. I don't know. I don't watch. I got to be quite honest with you. I can't watch it. I watched it a little bit back in the day.
Billy, wait a minute. You should watch this stuff because you are a content creator that makes stuff out of it. It's different for me. I'm not. I don't.
It's boring, bro.
I don't have the ability to do what you do. I don't do what you do. So that is your business. So you have to. You should. You're supposed to.
And I made this video recently about Gene Borello on doing a bunch of lies, blah, blah, blah. And, when he was on Vlad, I knew I was going to do that video. So I had to watch it. And I told you, Tommy, I had to force myself, bro. It is boring, bro. Because when he lies and makes up stuff, and then he's doing that half the time, and then the other half the time, I talk about this in the last video I dropped, the other half of the time, he's like reading like facts that he read in a book or more likely watched on his buddy Nadu's show or whatever, and it's like, that's kind of boring, bro. I mean, and Vlad is not the most compelling interviewer. So I because like you said, I'm in the genre, I've got to comment, especially because, he's, this guy's going at our boy Skinny, and not that Skinny can't, he can take care of himself, but when that happens, we're going to get his back, and we're going to, especially when it's a liar, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Chiclet, he still doesn't know I gave him the name. I love it.
I know. We all know where he got that name, you know. The man Stiggs gave it to him.
I love it. All right, my man. It was good having you pop in tonight,
brother.
buddy.
Yes, great seeing you, brother. Thank you, everybody. Good seeing all your people. You got a deep crew, and I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate you, Stiggs. Thank you, brother, man. We'll talk soon, my brother.
Good.
Be
We'll
well.
talk tomorrow, buddy. Ciao. Yeah.